All right, emGuarde. Change your environment, change your life. Okay, 40 years ago, there's my toys lah, as yep, for that century. We always play without any devices or any gadgets. Everything is all manuals or handmade. So like playing football, all those are with the hands or even your do it yourself. So without any devices. Okay. And nowadays, right? You see all our young children, our kids, even our baby borns, we provide them devices like tablet, laptop, even the cell phone, right? So you want to take away from them, it's not easy. So you have to negotiate with them. Even the present for our adults, same. Our grandmom, our lovely wife, they need to communicate to outside world. So we cannot run away from this. Even in our works, we still have to, have a lot of a screen because the screen is so small, cannot see. We want to communicate to outside world. That is the life of the current situation. We were getting more, right? Whether you like it or not, right? And we know the earth pollution. Yeah, one of them is actually water pollution. Lucky we do have a Kangen water to solve our problem. And air pollution, probably wear mask and avoid those manufacture area. And noise, yep, as well. Current, that is a new pollution coming on our way, which is electromagnetic radiation pollution. See, our home, we have a lot of Wi-Fi, right? Cannot run away. Cell phone, smart meter as well. So what is the difference between the electromagnetic radiation pollution and versus other pollution? All right. So the difference is this one we cannot see, we cannot smell, we cannot touch. It's like invisible killer within our house and also come up from the outside. Who are they and where they are coming from? So people always say radiation. You and I also understand about radiation. So when we study further, we know what radiation spectrum we are covered, right? So a lot of people know radiation, like X-ray, gamma ray, ultraviolet, those require more energy, which is ionizing. So in the world itself, the radiation spectrum actually you have to classify into the two categories. One is ionizing, where everyone know because you've been in the hospital or in the dentist, you always take the X-ray to look, further about your teeth, your body inside. Those require more energy. And another spectrum is so-called non-ionizing. So non-ionizing is actually like our house, all the electrical appliances, power line, infrared. This is the area today or tonight we will talk about the spectrum we are covered. We are covered non-ionizing, which is less energy, right? The coverage is about 3 meg to 1 gigahertz. That's what we are covered, non-ionizing. And the source is actually coming from the EM radiation coming from, you can see, as I mentioned earlier, your smartphone, computer, all the power cable, or microwave is the worst, as well as a Wi-Fi, aircon, whatever you name it is in your house today, and will be getting more, even the LED light, DB board as well. So those is actually EM radiation sources. Is actually bombarded us every day, 24/7 without fail. Even your children. So how do we detect electromagnetic radiation, right? So it actually using the so-called radiation detector RD9100. So what RD9100 measure? Is measured by unit, which is called microwatt. Microwatt is per centimeter square per centimeter, very close to when there's a copper ring over there. Once you touch in any electrical appliances or like handphone, they will have a sound in as well, BB sound plus the display on the range within 1 microwatt cm per square until 1999 microwatt cm per square. This is was shown in the screen over here in this RD9100. If showing 1, meaning to say is overloaded more than 2,000 or could be 3,000 and so forth, right? So this is a radiation detector compared to other in the markets. So for your info, they are measure microwatt, the power density of the electromagnetic radiation. Compared to others in the market, I can name it, you can get it from Lazada, Shopee. Those is actually 3 type of radiation detector. What I can name it is actually one of them is actually using signal to detect the signal, the frequency of the signal. And the second is actually the electric field, which is you can detect the electric field. That's the second one. The third one is actually the metal detector. So all the metal elements it will sound, except this one RD 9100, right? It can measure by unit microwatt. So when we say once you measure, when you show on the screen, right? As I say, 1 to 1999. According to the chart, the electromagnetic radiation scanning guide, if the number appear on the screen from the RD9110 is a 0 to 200, which is still called acceptable. That's why it's in the green zone, right? So what we are trying to concentrate on this scanning guide is we more on the slightly yellow zone to red zone, which is about, probably 1,000 to 1,500 and more microwatt centimeter per square. So this is extremely dangerous and dangerous as well. What it will cause when this one detected from any gadget or any of the electrical appliances come out, it will cause, if you having the long hour or long run, you will have some symptoms, so-called you concentration, memory loss, or not loss of memory or learning problem, fatigue, sleeping problem, or body pain, or some actually headaches. Even though they have been going for this Chinese medicine or even supplement or even with the doctor, but they still feel with this kind of symptoms. So what I can classify this is because of the effect of the electromagnetic radiation to our body. Why I say so? Later, I will show you how it can, transmit or transfer into our body. The worst case is in the wrong hour, you might have a cancer symptom in your body. Later, I will show you how the documentation we mentioned, even the immune system problem. All right, so from the video itself, it will show you how emGuarde effectively elevated the electromagnetic radiation, plus why the RD9100 can detect the electrical appliances in your house. What is the range, how they emitted, from this. Let's see. All right, let's see the video. Okay, as I mentioned to you, this is a RD9100 technical spec, right? Um, yeah, as I say, that is a reading from when you got these detectors, right? So you can see the boxes. There's a mention about 1 microwatt cm. They are measured by 1 microwatt per cm per square. There will be up to the 1999. If you overload, there will be a one, show on the screen. Right? This is how it works. Okay. From the video itself, when you turn it on, we try to, measure the handphone or the cell phone we hold every day, the power density from the iPhone itself. You see, it's actually more than 1,500 to probably one, right? So this is how the so harmful, the electromagnetic radiation affect us when we are holding inside our pocket. Yeah, even more than 2,000 is show one, right? So when we power up the emGuarde, so emGuarde is able to elevate this so-called electromagnetic emitted from this cell phone, right? It's totally zero, meaning is to say it cuts so effectively. So this is actually to show you that how effective the emGuarde, compare to the others. Okay, other than the M phone itself, probably some of the, Loeffler cooker, right? This is the induction cooker. Even induction cooker, nowadays people don't want to use the gas or using simple things, to cook your food. So induction cooker also emitted quite number of, electromagnetics. When we turn it on the induction cooker, you see, you can up to 1,500 microwatt per scan. When we turn on the emGuarde, it shows zero. You also protected not on your phone itself, but you also protected or elevated anything electromagnetics emitted from your kitchen. So as well as just I mentioned about DV board. Wow, you see the DV board itself also not even touching into that boxes is already show one, which is overloaded, right? So when we turn it on, we able to elevate the electromagnetics emitted from the DV board, right? That's how amazing this emGuarde do the job. Not only the handphone, laptop, your house DV board, your induction cooker, your massage chair, everything. You name it, you will actually be able to. So people always say we never touch into the we don't want to go close range to those like induction cooker or how the handphone will actually transmitted the electromagnetic into our body, how this will travel. So look at this video itself. So how it travel, it actually travel through the negative effect of the noise, because the noise actually is the culprit. Everything with the noise, they will travel. Let's say with the phone itself, when you hold it, right? If you with the sound, when you on any sound like YouTube, with the see your video is sound, it will actually travel. Without the sound, it will not travel at all. That's how you see it travel into our arms as well. Actually, it's already being absorbed all those electromagnetics into our body easily. That's why when we listen to the phone into your ear for 10 minutes, you will feel numb from your fingers, as well as your ear will feel hot, then you change to another side, left and right, that's how the, this EMR travel into our body through the negative effect of the noise. All right, understand? So how EM radiation affect our health? That's how documentation coming from. So any questions so far? Is that clear? If we clear, put 3. All right. Thank you. So how EM radiation affect our health? Okay, from the documentation itself, all right, Federal Communication Commission, FCC. Okay, in the OET Bulletin 65, August 1997, it's already a long time ago, it's mentioned about. All right, so in the FCC report itself, it's already mentioned the exposure limit are also based on data showing that human body absorb RF energy at some frequency more efficiently than at others. Why? In the table here, they say we body absorption for this RF energy is happen in the range of 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz, where our whole body absorption is most efficient, meaning to say is the most destructive, right, to our body. If it so-called happen 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz happen to be emitted from some of the electrical appliance from your house. Then now we look at that. There's a FCC saying 30 meg to 300 meg is more restricted and more destructive to our body, right? Then how about our body? Our body also got frequency, right? So our body got frequency in between from even start the disease start at 58. Our brain frequency 72 megahertz to 90 megahertz. Our brain, our heart frequency also 67 to 70. Every part of the organ there is a frequency. If we without frequency, we are dead actually, right? So overall, I can say our main body organs have 50 megahertz to 90 megahertz frequency, which is also fall on the FCC restricted and most effective absorption, 30 meg to 300. That's how it relate. So let's see the video from the how it resonance from the electrical appliances the most restricted 30 meg to 300, and our body also part under the 30 to 300, right, which is a 50 to 90. Let's say in this video 512 hertz wants to vibrate a single call, which is 440 hertz, it's not able. But if we use it the same like 44 hertz to 440 hertz, it's able to vibrate the video itself. This is so-called resonance. It occurs when the applied frequency is equal or close to the natural frequency of a body organ, right? Just like I say, FCC resistor 30 meg to 300, our organ 50 to 90 hertz, right? If this electrical appliance emitted the frequency is just ngam or just in the tune to our brain, which is 72, we will get resonance. And then what will happen? We will feel headache, we will feel dizziness and, lost concentration. That's how resonance, coming from. Let's say some of the video to prove that EMR actually will resonance our means organ. This is one of the video being captured by using the SDR software to measure the so-called LED light, the frequency, the megahertz, which is actually matched to our brain frequency, which is 72. So that the person who went into this kitchen, he will feel headaches, and so dizzying, right? Let's see, right? So in the Airbnb is a kind of relaxed, room for us to go for a holiday. But somehow, sometime there is some electromagnetics emitted somewhere in the kitchen, especially this so-called LED light. So the developer itself doing the testing, they found it using this so-called SDR, software-defined radiation, to test the LED light, which is running in the 72 megahertz frequency, which is our brain frequency, right? So how this resonance works, why this so-called emGuarde developer feel so headache when went into this kitchen. When you see, when the light for the first one, which is a small light, turn on, it emitted the frequency about 72 megahertz. When you can see this so-called blue wave, is about 72 megahertz. This is what we so-called blue wave, but it's a electromagnetics emitted from the LED light. Right, then they turn on another, the big one on top. Even you can see the darkest, blue light, which is emitted in the level of the frequency 72, which is matched to our brain's frequency. So when there's a resonance happens, it vibrates your brain so that you feel headaches and feel dizziness, right? So how emGuarde works, you see, you can elevate it from 3 megahertz to 1 gigahertz, which is 1000 megahertz. You can see the blue screen, it become a one light. You can elevate it effectively, right? Then we power off again the emGuarde itself. The so-called blue wave, the electromagnetics bombarded again, and show from the SDR software from the phone itself. So that's how not only the induction cooker or handphone or laptop, even the LED light, because want to save the cost, everyone want to change to LED light, but LED light also emitted quite harmful electromagnetic radiation. All right. So that's recently I went to one of the hotel, and hotel very simple, but full of LED light. Right. So from the skin itself, that's how 72 megahertz coming from. I went to the 5-star hotel full of a lot of the LED light, even among this toilet area. Easily when I walk through the pathway, the RD9100 is already beeping. Not even I touching into the close ring into this LED light itself. Even through the pathway itself is already beeping sound from a few hundred probably into the one, overloaded. But once I turn it on, everything back to 0. That's how the emGuarde can elevate the high frequency, the negative effect noise from this those so-called LED light. All right. So some other documentation being mentioned by the World Health Organization, the IARC, International Agency for Research on Cancer. In the year 2011, it's already 12 years now. 31st May, in the press release, this IARC classified the radio frequency electromagnetic field as possibly carcinogenic to human. But this is under class 2B. Is an increased risk for glioma, a malignant type of a so-called brain cancer. It's already mentioned 12 years ago, and imagine after 12 years, we have more gadgets, and electromagnetics is like everywhere, right? So you can see last time tobacco, we call tobacco smoke, is in the 2B, but now RF EMF is already in the class classified under group 2B, and tobacco already upgraded into the group 1. And I do believe near future this RF EMF is going to be to 1, to be 1. All right, this is a documentation being mentioned by the WHO. And second documentation, what we want to show is the iPhone. For those who holding the iPhone, you may go to your phone setting, not Android, only the iPhone itself. Setting, then general, legal, regulator, and RF exposure. In this portion, actually, Apple itself want to protect their so-called disclaimer. They don't want to get sued. And anything happens to your brain, got tumor, glioma, you cannot sue them because they already mentioned to reduce the exposure to RF energy, use hand-free, like built-in speaker, headphone, and other similar accessory. But sometimes no choice. We want to talk privacy with our boss and our wife, and we have to put our phone near to our brain. So sad to say that. But if you can, put a speaker phone. All right. Another documentation mentioned also from this book, specific absorption rate. In the biological and medical aspect of the electromagnetic field, the book written how specific absorption rate for especially our whole body is actually resonant in the 60 to 80 megahertz. So from the chart itself, you see the highlighted the frequency from 60 to 100 megahertz. The absorption rate, which is called specific SAR, is higher than those like you can see further down is a 1 gig, 2 gig, 5 gig. They are highest than those 1 gig, 2 gig, or even 5 gig. Why? As I mentioned, our body organ is frequencies is 50 to 90, right? So this is the most absorption rate as mentioned by FCC. And why others is not? A lot of people ask 5G 2.4G and 3G, how? Because those is actually, you look at that, the chart is actually flat in the 2.5 because our body have a mechanism to reflect. Yeah, so our body have a mechanism to reflect because it's not matched with our body organ range. So why we need to accept? So we will bounce them back. This is how our body will, mechanism to defend. All right. So another documentation from this, for those who are Kangen distributor, the Killing Cancer Not paper in the page 94 and 95, right? American Anti-Cancer Institute already mentioned electromagnetic field, cordless cell phone, smartphone, meter, computer, Wi-Fi, and connection to autism, Alzheimer, obesity, MS, allergic cancer, and others. Right? So even the pollution itself decrease the immune function and cancer. Wow, immune function, serious. Right? Just now I mentioned about one of the symptoms for long term is actually cancer, right? So how it causes cancer, but it's not one day. It's a long hour or long run. You are not happen to be sick in 65 or 55 years, right? It's actually accumulated. So this how we using this so-called anything with the bombarded by the electromagnetics, right? For long run, you see, for cancer, form of cancer have two basic conditions. One is acidosis. It's like Kangen, we need to have a balancing, right? Alkaline and acid, right, to balance, right? But for how about hypoxia? Hypoxia is actually lack of oxygen. So when the cellular have having lack of oxygen, it will have a chance to have a cancer, right? Because of lack of oxygen, right? You see, deprave a cell 35% oxygen for 48 hours and it may cause cancer, right? Why he say so? It's also based on the Dr. McDuck. By the way, Dr. McDuck is a Canadian researcher and a professor, right? So he research and teaching in the area of environmental and health effect of electromagnetic pollution, electro smoke. So he will focus on the biological effect of electromagnetic radiation. So our actually emGuarde is based study and built based on Dr. McDuck's research, by the way. Right. So hypoxia means mentioned by Dr. Otto Warburg and this Dr. McDuck, right, is because you see our in her research, right, live blood analysis, you see, our healthy red blood cell, you are so like buoyancy, you know, like ping pong ball. This is our healthy one. But after we touching for the or listen to the phone or see the YouTube for 10 minutes, you see our live blood cell, it become rouleau formation, which is actually sticky, right? So this format, even though 70 minutes on the computer, I believe I myself also, everyone, if you're doing the project on the computer, on front of computer, more than 70 minutes, if you're running a project. So this kind of so-called rouleau formation is a lack of oxygen, which is considered, like just now Dr. Otto Warburg say, is cancerous. It's a formation of the cancerous. Why? Because your lack of oxygen, right? Because it's taking everything like rouleau. So this is so-called poor circulation and low oxygen transport is a cancer symptom. And reduce waste removal, it can't do anything. So that with the poor circulation, low oxygen, you feel headache, isn't it? Because oxygen not circulate and difficult to concentrating, numbness. Yeah, that's how when you're holding the phone for 10 minutes, 50 on your ear also like numbness, your fingers also. This is how when you have a live blood from your cell all the cell, right? You will see this is so-called rouleau formation. So another study from this so-called eye specialist, Dr. Liu Jie from the Ophthalmology from Taiwan. Actually, his wife is actually in a dry eye disease, right? So dry eye disease, as a specialist, should be able to help or improve, but he couldn't until he got the one gadget, so-called emGuarde. The wife dry disease getting better and improve. As a doctor specialist, he is not satisfied. And then he do the research or investigate and using about 10 volunteer healthy, 3 male, 7 female from age 19 to 68 years old. All right. Then from the test itself, actually they would like to know about eyeball, the peak systolic velocity, the speed of the blood itself circulate, how fast. Okay, so 10% itself, everyone they test the PSV, the blood flow is 20.1 plus minus. Then ask them to using the phone for stick 2 itself for 30 minutes, and it dropped to 16.2, right? This is centimeter per second. Then from third state itself, they turn on the so-called emGuarde below 1G, 3 meg to 1 gigahertz. The PSV for the eyeball itself, the blood flow increase to the 25.9 centimeter per square, even faster than before using the handphone. Wow. That's how the, documentation being mentioned by the Dr. Liu. And what is this? Is a emGuarde environment harmonizer. So now I talk about the emGuarde. So emGuarde environment harmonizer is a patented technology. It covers range up to 4 meter radium 8 meter diameter, and you can harmonize frequency up to 1 gig. USB-C Type-C is about 0.5 watt power consumption, very small range, easy to use, DC 5 watt. All right, and okay, the other than the spec itself, the credential for this emGuarde is not new. It's not 3 months product. It's not last year product. It has been in the market since 2010. When you look at this cert, I'm so proud because in the ITEX International Invention, Innovation and Technology Exhibition in 2010, this emGuarde itself can elevate to reduce electromagnetic radiation from electrical appliances. So all your houses with running with the electric, which is able to reduce or elevate it. And some more, 2017, in the competition as well, right, is able to speed up the micro circulation blood flow, right, which is what Dr. Durantier mentioned about, how this one can help to improve her wife dry eye disease and plus improve the blood circulation centimeter per second. This is how this product is been in the market for 10 years and it's been in the certificate for gold medal. And how it works, typical electromagnetic radiation is like, length wave from your handphone, iPad, and laptop itself is a wave all the way until to your body or brain itself. So how this emGuarde works, as I mentioned, it actually we're analyzing first within the coverage 4 meter radium, and 8 meter diameter. And actually, once they analyze it, they will cut or elevate within anything emitted from the 3 meg to 1 gigahertz range. They will cut the break away the pathway, right? It's just like a highway itself. We want to cut it, you cannot reach to your destination. That's how before, typical, and after the cancellation or the frequency come from your handphone, your iPad, your aircon, anything with the electrical appliances. So that's how the lab report testing. This is the wavelength in the continuous, you see, from 30 meg to 1 gigahertz. And after turn on the emGuarde, you can see it's all elevated into the single form, right? So it break out everything. Like one highway, you want to go all the way to like Johor from KL, you can't even reach to KL. So in the other statement itself, this patented technology, they're also doing the other than elevator for electromagnetic radiation for all the electrical appliances. They also have a patented of the so-called the blood flow, how the to speed up the micro circulation blood flow. And this is a measuring device I just now mentioned. You can detect your blood flow. For initial, it's a 6.13 cm per second. They put in the finger using the baby oil to see your blood flow, the microcirculation. Then I ask them to use the phone, then it dropped to 2.55 cm per second. And then they turn on the emGuarde. It not only increase, they increase a lot, even higher than the early before using 26.6 cm per second. This is being patented. That's how this emGuarde is so effectively suppress the negative effect of electromagnetic radiation on the microcirculation, right? So this is a so-called patented technology, and what is the function and benefit of emGuarde? So in the Harta Interactive Malaysia patented my IPO. So my IPO means it's already patented by this company. So it said emGuarde help improving and speed up the microcirculation by suppressing and cancelling the negative effect of electromagnetic from cellular phone and computer connect to wireless network. All right. So this is a patented technology being exported to the outside world. It will be placing in the so-called Matrix Malaysia Export Exhibition Center. So on the screen itself, we are so proud of that. Innovative product. It's how so proud about the product. It's not anyone in the world where it can eliminate all the electromagnetics and improve or speed up our microcirculation. Okay, so other than we are so proud then, and I want to show you just now I mentioned about high electrical field. This is how the developer house the high electrical field. If you are a friend or who's actually staying nearby, please be watch out about this and look at this video and tell them about how harmful the electromagnetics might be coming into your house. So imagine this is just in front or nearby your house. Although see nothing, we cannot see, we cannot smell. But when you see, we turn on the these detectors, RD9100. We go to the left side, right side, we don't see that, but it's in front of your house, probably 24/7, especially at night. Wow, you see, even more than 1999. It's the worst. So just try to share to your friend if you know about this, right? You can help more people to have an awareness about the electromagnetics emitted from the high electrical field environment. All right. So this that's all for the emGuarde Environment Harmonizer presentation today. All right. So is there any question so far before I go to the so-called business plan?
So no
any
question, we
question?
proceed to the business plan.
Is that clear? Is there any question you want to ask about the emGuarde before I proceed to our business plan? All right, thank you, Liu. All right, if no, then I proceed with the our emGuarde business plan. Okay. Wait, see that. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so the price for this emGuarde is actually 6620. All right, and it actually allowed to, hold on. All right, you can have an installment plan up to 24 months using the credit card, 0% interest plan, which is about 276 ringgit per month, right? If you say 24 months, I say about 9 ringgit per day for the installment plan. So to cover your whole family is very cheap, which is only 9 ringgit. If I say this gadget can use, just I mentioned about this gadget, not only 3 months, not about 3 months or 1 year, but it's 10 years product. If you say can use up to 5 years, about 3 ringgit per month for 5 years at least, right? Is to cover the whole family. It's very cheap. All right. So credit card up to 24, e-payment 6 months or 12 months. All right. So when you talk about business plan, we always to say, Energy is actually direct selling companies. We are direct from manufacturer, right? Let's say when you purchase or own the emGuarde, so you are one of our distributor. If it's just only for using end user, then no need lah, right? If you are a distributor, you have a right to introduce or sharing the emGuarde to your friend, relative, or your colleagues. So when you start sharing, any from your friend or relative, it's all called direct selling. You direct sell to them. You share to them, then you ask them to own the unit of emGuarde. It's a direct selling, right? Those is a green shirt or those is all direct selling, right? So when your friend, Mr. Yellow, he starts selling or even share to the friend because the emGuarde is so good, and they also start sharing, and then they get people to own the unit, right? So we call it indirect selling. So indirect selling company also pay you the overriding commission, right? So when you have direct selling, of course, the company pay you some commission, right? Because you're so hardworking and try to sell or promote the company's emGuarde. And the people who you know, they also promote, then they are your indirect selling. Company will also pay you, right? So when you got the commission from the direct sale from yourself, and also company pay you the overriding indirect sale, we call it group sale. Group sales. So once you have a group sale is based on the point, right? So we call one emGuarde actually having some 8-point commission. We call it 8A, right? So 1A actually equivalent to 300 RM per point. So once the 8 point is being given out, no more. Coming 9 point, we don't have give 9 point. We give all 8 point as per one emGuarde when you sell or sold to your friend or indirect from your friend. How it works, let I show you. But this is how to get there, the rank. So when we are selling or get your friend or relative to own the unit, the first unit and the second unit, we will rank you as a 1A. So each unit direct sell to your friend or relative, we pay you 300 per unit for the first 2 units. We rank you as a 1A. Then the third machine or third sales, right? Until 10 sales, we rank you as a 2A. Each machine, we pay 600. Energy will pay you 600 per machine. Third, 4, 5, 8 machine. Each machine will get 600. Then from the 10, after you accumulated 10, number 11 itself to the 20th, Energy will pay you 900 each and rank you as a 3A agent. Then from 21 onwards until 50, you will rank as a 4A agent. Each machine you sold from 21 until 50, you will get 1,200 RM per unit, right? Then from the 51 onwards, Magic will rank you as a 5A agent, and each machine will get 1,500 until 200 accumulated. So just now I mentioned about group sale is actually from your direct and also indirect accumulated. They're all counted. So from the this 200, it will get you 1,800 RM as a rank 6A agent. All right. So that's how the commission payout based on your ranking. Okay. So from the chat itself, let's say today you own an emGuarde, right? They pay you in the Malaysian ringgit. So you are starting introduce, the first one you introduce to Tom is actually 1A, right? Then you get 300. Then you start introduce the direct sale to your Alex. Then company will rank you as the 1A as well, because the first and the second machine is a 1A. So we also get paid by Energy 300. And the third machine, as I mentioned, third to 10 machine, you will get how much? 600, right? Because it's 2A range, right? 300 times 2 is actually 600 from Rose. When you sell the emGuarde to Rose, you get 600. Then starting Tom selling, this is so-called indirect sales, right? From Tom is your direct sale, Grace is the indirect sales. So from Tom itself, Grace is a 1A. You also get 300 because the company will pay you the overriding. Whatever you plant, the seed, rambutan, you get rambutan. I mean, you get peanut. So Tom is your 1A. Whatever from the Grace itself down to the Poly, Author, every one company will pay you the overriding from the indirect sale, which is 300. All right. Let's say Kim Cumming join you as a 2A as well, because it's not yet in the 11 machine, right? It's still under the 2 to 10. So 2 point, which is 600. Then Kim start so excited and try to, share more or sell more. He brings Ali, Abu, and Ani. So Kim is your 2A line. Then how much you will get from all the Kim's direct sale, which is so-called indirect sale, right? From Kim. Ali itself will give you 600. Why? As I say, you plant peanut, you get peanut, and 2A itself, everyone under this Kim, you will get 600 each from Ali, Abu, and Ani, right? So after counting of this kind of selling from this direct sale from yourself and also the indirect sale, you have accumulated 10. After the 10 itself, let's say 11 machine, you bring May coming in from the direct, you will get 3A agent. You will uprank to the 3A agent, right? You get 900 because 3 times 300 is 900. You get 3 points. And then the Ani starting, to introduce and the bride you get how much from bride? 600 also, because it's the 2A, under the roof of 2A. Then band ball coming, everyone coming, you get the 600, overriding from the indirect sales. Joe as well, Jack as well, and John as well. Then now Don coming in from introduced by John. So how much you will get, right, from here? Just now I mentioned about 8 point, right? So now let's say we count the point, because I say one machine is only have a 8 point to given out, right? Now John get 1 point, right? Because of Don coming under John is a 1A. Then Bob having the John 2, so Bob got 2. Arnie have a Bob also 2A, got 2 point. And Kim have a Arnie also have a 2 point, which is a 600 each. Then we count from here 2, 4, 6, 7. As I mentioned, we have machine have only given up 8 points from Energy, right? Now 8 minus 7 or 8 minus 1, 2, 2, 2 is only left 1. So meaning to say you only have 1 point from Don, right? Basically, as I mentioned, anything come from Kim, it should be under 2A, right? Which is 600. But because of the 8 point have been given out, you only left 1. So that you only got 300 or 1 point from Don. It's not 600. And then Dave coming also same thing, because it's a 1A, you only left 1 point for yourself. And then coming in as a 2A under John. So let's see now, situation a bit different. If we count from the how much we can get from them, since it's under the roof of the 2A agent under Kim, right? The umbrella under Kim. So you see, let's say we recount again. John also got 2. Now no more 1 point from like Don, 2 from Dan, and Bob also got 2, and Annie 2, Kim also got 2. So if we count 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is all 8 points. So as I mentioned, 8 points is the maximum we given out per machine, the commission, right? So now no more 8 minus 8 is become 0. So from then itself, sales from John, you get 0. Wow. So you got no commission at all from, Dan. So this is a so-called after 8 point have been given out. Is a so-called non-8A sales. So for those who are actually not in the sum of the range, this is bad news. But in terms of the ranking itself, this is always say good problem. We all say no money, of course, is actually problem, right? For selling a machine without money. So it's a problem. But for some ranking, actually is a good problem. We call it non-8A sales. This one we'll discuss in the further level. If you need to know more, you can ask your upline how this non-8A sales is good problem, right? Okay, so after number of a unit more than 20, you can have one direct sale coming in as a 21. So you get 4A from Tony, which is a 1,200, 4 times 300. And also the Simon coming in 5A, you get after 51 unit, start from 1, you get 1,500. And the same itself coming after 100, 6A, you get the 1,800 per machine. All right,